Hi guys! I'm Amelia with the Elmville Public Library and Museum, and today this is our craft with me. So I've been thinking that we should do a video about one of my favorite ways to relieve stress, and that is with bullet journaling. Today, first we are going to make a journal. And what I have here are some plain sheets of paper and one colored piece of paper. And this I just had lying around the house. If you don't have the colored piece of paper, don't worry about it. So what we're going to do is take our paper and fold it in half. Like so. Alright. Then we're going to take a stapler and staple the spine. This is a very easy way to do this if you don't want to or don't know how to bind a book. So there we go. It's nice and stapled. The pages are blank, and you might have noticed that the pages in my book were lined. It doesn't matter. A lot of journals like this that are sold actually have dots that'll help you, but no lines. I like lined ones, but that's just a preference. So this is going to be our DIY bullet journal. Now, what I really enjoy about bullet journals is that they're really great for expressing yourself through art, even if you just call it doodling. Because a lot of people enjoy art, but they feel intimidated by learning more complicated art practices. They feel like they have to be really great artists, and you don't have to be a fantastic artist to have a nice bullet journal. You can just make easy doodles, and the most important part of a bullet journal is that you are enjoying using it. You don't have to do exactly what I do today, but I hope that it gives you some ideas. So, usually what we start with when we have a bullet journal is an index. But you don't have to have an index if you don't want one. The index usually indicates where in your journal, especially if you have a thicker journal with more pages, different things are, but we're actually going to skip that step today since we only have about 10. So what I'd like to start with is something I put in every single bullet journal. I always put a highlights page. This could be a yearly highlights page, a monthly highlights page, but the idea of this page is to write down things that happened, good things, or important things. The idea of this is that you are expressing yourself, and it's a good way to keep track of what happened when. So this is Highlights 2020. You can theme your pages or you can leave them as simple lists, but I think it would be really cool if we themed today's page with lights. So what I'm going to do is make a line, and then I'm going to bring down some lines like this, like string for paper lanterns. Okay, and now what I want to do is make some really simple box shapes. You don't have to make your lanterns boxes if you want to do the lanterns. You could make them circles or hearts. Lanterns come in a bunch of different sizes and shapes. Now, in each of these lanterns, I'm going to write something good that happened. So, I started a library YouTube channel. That's a good one. I learned how to make bread. I think that these are generally, I think you get it. You can make your highlights page anything you want if you want to make a highlights page, but I find that this is a really great way to use the journal even in the future. I have maybe 4 journals that I've used in the past, and I keep them mostly for this page. Because it helps me remember what happened. Now, the next page I'm going to show you how to make is one that I find to be a lot of fun. I like to make a bookshelf. So I'm going to draw a really easy bookshelf. Very, very, very simple bookshelf. Now, this bookshelf doesn't have to be perfect, but if you wanted to use a straight edge to make the shelves a little bit straighter, you can feel free to do that. This is your journal. So what I use the bookshelf for is to keep track of what I'm reading and what I want to read. So what you're going to want to do is fill the bookshelf with books, because any good bookshelf needs to have some books on it. This is a messy bookshelf. I think that's good for now. So the idea is you write the book that you want to read on the spine. And once you've read the book, you color it in. Now today I'm only showing you how to do these with pen, but maybe next time I'll show you things you can do with color. So we're going to move on. This next page is really useful, especially right now when you want to think about the future. I find it's helpful to think about things you want to do when this situation is completely over. When this is all over, what do you want to do when we're back to normal? So this is going to be a page of things I want to do, but first I'm going to make a little flourish. You don't have to make your journals fancy, but there are really easy things that you can do to make it look a little snazzier. So I'm going to say things I want to do after. Okay. So, first thing, you don't need a theme for this, but if you want one, there are a couple of different ways we could do it. What I think would be really cool right now is to make this look kind of like a puzzle. So for instance, go to the library. That would be an interesting thing to do when this is all normal. Maybe go on a hike. Maybe, visit the community garden. I'll say that here. Visit my community garden. And I'll put a little flower here. Cool. So this is a really good page, because I know it feels like maybe nothing will ever be normal again sometimes, but it will. One day everything will be back to normal, and we'll be able to do things on this list. Okay. In the same vein as that, this is another page I include in all of my journals. This is a the places I'll go page. So what I like to do for this page is I like to doodle this circle. And I like to scribble first the South and North Pole, and then a landmass. Yeah, that sort of looks like it. Since this is just a doodle of the globe, it doesn't have to look perfect. And then I like to dot around, and then to make an easy airplane, there. And sometimes I like to make airplanes going down for the list, but today I think it would be good to do a pin, like we're putting a pin in a map. So let me think of a place that I'd like to go. Ooh, you know, I have never visited the New York Public Library. Be careful not to run out of room like I almost just did. And I think this is a really good place to end this. I'll show you some more pages in the future in our very awesome DIY bullet journal. For now, I hope you guys stay safe, stay healthy, be good to each other. I'll see you next time.